Before Ynw Melly's retrial in September, the judge disclosed a significant problem. In addition to a life sentence for witness tampering, Melly faces a life sentence for the heinous killings of Sack Chaser and Ynw Juvie.
Filing 6 new charges against Demons and 2 others who were allegedly involved. The charges include tampering with a witness, directing the activities of a criminal, solicitation or conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Now, a couple of those charges actually carry a life in prison sentence if there's a conviction.
Ynw Melly knew the truth, according to a shocking revelation made by Ynw Juvie's father in an interview. He revealed the code terms Melly used to discuss his ex-girlfriend with people on the streets. Melly allegedly called from his detention cell, instructing him to pursue his ex-girlfriend in order to prevent her from testifying against him, according to the prosecution.
This kind of crazy way that Melly was communicating. He wasn't allowed to use the phone, but he was passing notes to people, and then this person's calling this person and then that person.
Like to me, they're going through extreme measures, trying to cover up or convince people not to testify, like Mariah mom. They was using code words like Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's baby mom.
If found guilty, Ynw Melly might spend the rest of her life behind bars for the witness tampering accusations alone. The catch is that her mother will tell us about this shocking assertion. Even more startling is the fact that Melly's prohibition on using a phone or even reading his mail is illegal.
My son has not been convicted of anything, and even other inmates that have been convicted or anything, they have the right to use a telephone. They have a right to be allowed to write letters to their loved ones, to receive their mail. They hold his mail, they don't give it to him.
However, they've probably blocked Ynw Melly's access if he tried to tamper with witnesses using the phone. This implies that they most likely have reliable evidence and want to use it when he is tried in September. As a result, Jamie King said she felt helpless and heartbroken for her son, who is prohibited from having any human contact while in prison.
You saw Melly's statement just saying how he's been hurt, how he's scared for his life. As a mother, how did that make you feel?
It's heartbreaking. It made me feel completely helpless. Broward Sheriff's Office definitely needs to be investigated. I mean, they are making up their own rules. We tried to go to court about this situation. The judge really doesn't have any jurisdiction when it comes to the jail, because we actually had a hearing about the mistreatment of him, and the jail they make their own rules. And I don't think that's fair, because I know that they need to answer to someone too.
But this caused Charleston White to react, shocking everyone by declining to back Ynw Melly. Rather, he was pleased that Melly's mother was not being given special care.
The Ynw Melly, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated. Yeah, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated, homie. Homie, when you take a life, homie, you ain't got a right to complain about a motherfucking thing about being mistreated. When you done chose to play somebody.
Additionally, Boozy stepped in to check on Melly's mother because she was in a lot of pain because of Ynw Melly's illness.
She real, bro. You know she real.
She's stressed out. I heard she had a...
Yeah, she real, and I reached my hand out to him, cause I'm real. Yeah, I reached out to him, bro. I met his mom, and she a good one.
However, Ynw Melly's feelings were made clear at his most recent hearing. He was obviously upset as he entered the courtroom without a haircut. However, his attitude apparently changed when the court began talking about his possible release from custody. Ynw Melly has to make a crucial decision about who he wants as his lawyers. He's been sitting in jail for over 2,159 days, which left everyone, including Melly, surprised.
Let me repeat myself. Mr. Demons has to make an informed decision about who he wants as lawyers. He's now been sitting in our jail for 2,159 days. So, how long would you like to be able to make that decision?
I can't determine when the investigation will be over. That's up to the Broward Sheriff's Office, but I can, as I said, I'm asking for at least a day or two.
You can decide by tomorrow. I've also reserved all of tomorrow.
The fact that Ynw Melly has spent so much time behind bars without being convicted astounds the new judge. He instructed the prosecutors to either release Melly on bond or present a strong case for his prolonged detention. The latest holdup in Melly's case. One of his lawyers is the subject of an ongoing investigation. Raven Liberty is being investigated for allegations of witness tampering as the rapper awaits a retrial. But what's concerning is that she might not be actually getting investigated. Melly's attorneys argued for his release on bail using evidence from the first trial. They said that Melly was being pursued by men at the time of the crime, and they showed him emailing his ex-girlfriend. Let's face it, though, that's just another ploy to delay Melly's trial.
That would be the part where he's saying that someone just shot the car up and was trying to shoot him. So I asked him if he was okay, where he was, and he's like, there's a car coming behind him, like hiding. He was like, there's some, there's some, I think they're still out here or something. So I'm like, are you okay? He's like, I'm okay. I said, well, where are Zach and Juvie? And he said, I don't know if they're in the car. I think they're...
It makes it look like rival street people were both helping Ynw Melly and chasing him. Furthermore, no firearm was found in relation to the offense.
So the first thing is I didn't have a firearm, so I can't know which firearm I'm going to use in order to replicate any of my tests. So I can't make tests for this determination because I don't know what firearm was used.
Okay.
Regretfully, this is not enough to guarantee Ynw Melly's liberty. The retrial has also given the prosecution more time to conduct their investigations, which has resulted in the discovery of additional parts of the crime and the introduction of new evidence that was not used during the first trial. Before Melly was arrested, federal investigators found that she had a close relationship with King Von. Startling information was disclosed by this former O Block member. Melly reportedly confided in King Von to ask for his advice on a situation involving his two friends, Sack Chaser and Ynw Juvie.
Did Vaughn really tell you that Melly told him that he was two friends?
He ain't come out and say, like, we got into an argument. And so, you know, if you know, when people could say something without saying it. And so he told me, like, once I posted what I posted, Vaughn was mad at me, bro. Why you put there, bro? Walk the bam. I'm like, you sitting up here, like, you know the love we got. You do this for us. But you gonna trust that his two friends? And he said, they was trying to extort him. And so I'm like, if they was trying to extort him, then why are you still around?
This case illustrates the wider picture. Sack Chaser and Ynw Juvie were seeking Melly for financial benefit because their company was registered under their name. Nonetheless, Melly and his team made the majority of the company's money through marketing, item sales, and concerts. Melly asked King Von for assistance on how to get Juvie and Chaser off his back, even though they demanded an equal 25% cut. You might imagine what kind of advice King Von would have offered Melly if you are familiar with his approach to dealing with street issues. Melly would have been inspired by this advice because he would no longer be responsible for paying Ynw Juvie and Sack Chaser. It's concerning, especially in light of the fact that Melly admitted to the crime via text message on the phone.
The PC Gambino account asked him if he was okay, and his response was, I did that, and placed a smiley face emoji.
And the next message from 10/26/2018 at 16:02 from Eastern Standard Time. The Ynw Melly account says what?
After that, SHHHH.
Furthermore, barely 6 hours after the murder, Ynw Melly had a saved Facebook Live video on his phone that documented his emotions.
Melly still turned regardless of what happened this early morning. He's still out here being very positive. Turned still. Hey! But no, still turned, regardless of what happened. You already know.
Authorities focused on the Jeep where the murder had taken place in order to obtain more evidence, because it seems that neither Ynw Melly nor his friends were worried about the deaths of Sack Chaser and Ynw Juvie. According to one analyst, the perpetrator may have been sitting in the back left seat during a drive-by.
Number, you said 17 outside the car. How many rounds were inside the car?
3.
And can you exclude the for Mr. Williams and Mr. Thomas is coming from outside of the car.
Yes. From the driver's side back seat.
As to Christopher Thomas, where did that
Driver's side back seat.
Is it possible for there to have been two inside that car?
No.
Why not?
There is no time assignment, which is to determine if this is a driver. And my determination was that this is not a drive-by. And it's based upon this picture here, which is a very good picture to describe it. All of these rounds are done. One is done at a stationary position. At a stationary position when all but one of these rounds are going in. The one round that has some movement in it, which is round site L here, the actually moving in that.
On the testimony, prosecutors questioned Ynw Juvie's mother regarding who got into the car's rear left seat, which is located near Site L.
Can you state your name, your full name for the jury?
Leon Phillips.
And are you related to one of the kids in this case?
Yes, I am.
How so?
I'm his mother.
And who is that?
Christopher Thomas.
Ms. Phillips, did you see who entered into the occupants who entered into that gray Jeep?
Yes.
Do you recognize where your son entered that gray Jeep?
Yes.
Which seat, if you can identify for the jury?
He got in the back seat on the right hand side.
Did you recognize the individual that got into the back seat on the left side, the rear driver's side?
Yes.
And who was that individual?
Janelle.
To exacerbate the situation for Ynw Melly, the FBI discovered paperwork detailing the jurors' appearances and courtroom seating arrangements during their raid on Portland's home. This suggested that they were actively attempting to influence the jury in addition to witness tampering.
Melly's co-defendant Ynw Bortland was booked into a Miami jail Monday night and is being held behind bars on an out-of-county warrant. We just confirmed the warrant is out of Broward County for witness tampering. The warrant obtained by Law and Crime Network states as follows. On or about April 10, 2023, continuing through and including July 22, 2023, Cortland Henry, aka Bortland, along with others, did unlawfully and knowingly engage in misleading conduct toward another person with the intent to cause or induce them to withhold testimony. The warrant continues the alleged witness had been summoned by the legal process to the jury trial of Jamel Dimmons, aka Ynw Melly. The dates in the warrant are important. Jury selection for Melly started in mid-April, and a judge declared a mistrial on July 22nd, the same day the warrant claims Bortland allegedly tampered with the witness.
The fact that DJ academics even tried this shocked them greatly. Interview 1159/1233. This led Boozy to assert that the federal government is constantly making up fresh charges against Ynw Melly, even if Melly was the one who started them, in an effort to put him behind bars.